Sahana bhavatu Sahanau bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. The world is not as it seems. We are plagued here by two illusions known as the intrinsic and extrinsic illusion. Intrinsic illusion is when you see the object, but you do not see the illusory object. You do not see the image. Extrinsic illusion is when you see both the object and the illusory object, and you also see a medium that is making this happen. So an example for the intrinsic illusion, where you're seeing either the illusory object or the real object, an example for that is the rope and the snake. An example for seeing the real object, the illusory object, and the medium is putting an apple in front of a mirror. So you see the apple, you see the illusory apple, and you also see the mirror. Now, as it happens in this world, these two illusions play together. How is that? What does it mean when the two illusions play together? If you go back to the example of the intrinsic illusion, where you see a rope, where you see a snake instead of a rope, if you go back to that example, you will see that there is an intrinsic illusion. You're seeing the snake, you're not seeing the rope. But simultaneously, there is an extrinsic illusion also taking place. How is that? You're seeing the snake, so, and not seeing the rope. Intrinsic. How is extrinsic happening? You're seeing the snake, you're seeing the qualities of the rope. When you say that my rope is lying in this particular, the snake is lying in this particular place, or that it is 3 inches thick, or that it is coiled, whatever you're saying about your snake is actually being said about the rope. So while you're saying, I am seeing the qualities of the snake, you are actually seeing the qualities of the rope. Now, when does this happen? When the snake comes about. So now you've got 3 things going on. You're seeing the snake, you're seeing the qualities of the rope, you're seeing the illusory object, you're seeing the qualities of the real object. And your medium is the snake, because all this Ram Katha takes place only when the snake comes. In this, because of the snake, that you see the reflection of the qualities. I mean, you're seeing the qualities of the snake itself, of the rope itself. I hope that is clear. When you say it is coiled, or it is in that corner of the yard, or whatever, this is all the quality of the rope. So you're seeing the real object when you think you're seeing a snake. Right? Now the question arises, okay, what has that got to do with our philosophical study? Only if you're clear up to this point, we can take this further. Clear up to this point? Yes, Mahesh.
Just a question in this point. So, seeing the object and seeing the qualities of the object are identical, is it? I mean, in the sense, we are seeing the qualities of the rope. So, does that mean you're seeing the rope?
No, you're not saying that. But you are seeing the qualities of the rope. You're not seeing the rope. You're seeing the qualities of the rope. Now, you're not seeing all the qualities of the rope, in which case it would be identical with the rope. You're also seeing additional qualities which the rope doesn't have, which are the qualities of the snake. So you're saying
But
it's a
we're
very.
saying that
Hmm.
we're seeing in the extrinsic illusion, we are seeing the object, the the illusory object, and the medium, right?
Correct.
And now we are saying that when you see the snake rope, you're actually is an extrinsic illusion too,
Correct.
because you're seeing the object, which is the rope, which should be the rope. So we are saying we're seeing the qualities of the rope. So are we yet saying that when we see the qualities of the rope, you're actually seeing the rope? Because that's the object.
No, you're seeing qualities of the rope. If all the qualities of the rope, I'm just repeating myself since you're repeating the question. If you were to.
No, I mean, I just wanted to say, I'm sorry, I heard what you were saying, but I'm yet not clear that in an extrinsic illusion, we see the object, the illusory object, and the medium. So when it applies to the rope is the object, right?
Right.
So we are saying we see the object because we're seeing the qualities of the object. So we're saying when you see the qualities of the object, you're seeing the object. Is that the understanding correct?
Yes, you're not seeing the full object, but you're seeing the qualities of the object. For instance, take another one so to just make it clear. If you take the example of a mirage and a desert, it will always be only an intrinsic illusion because you're not seeing the qualities of the sand in the water.
No, that's clear. There's no problem. I'm only wondering that.
No,
Yeah,
I'm explaining how we can say over here that you are seeing some of the rope because you're seeing some of the qualities of the rope.
okay. No, I mean I'm yet not clear of seeing the object. You don't see the rope. You see certain qualities, as you said. You're not seeing the rope, but for the extrinsic illusion, you have to see the object too, right? But we are not, in this case, we are not seeing the object, we're seeing qualities, certain qualities of the object. Okay. So is that the same as seeing the object? That's the only
No, how can it be the
clarification.
same? No, it can't be the same as seeing the object. If you see all the qualities.
Then can it be an extrinsic illusion?
Yes, of course, because you are seeing some of the qualities of the rope there. That's why it's both, okay. Right?
Yeah, I got the position of how it's both. It's just that I wasn't clear about seeing the object part of it. So that's the only thing I was a little, but that's fine. So seeing certain qualities of the rope is the same as saying you're seeing the rope, seeing the object.
It's not same. How can you say it's the same? In this case, we are also seeing qualities of the rope. So, so therefore, we are accepting it as a extrinsic illusion.
Because there's a certain argument that say that you have substance and qualities. So they say that the qualities are the only inherent thing, because when you see the qualities, you don't see anything. You always see things with only qualities. You never see sort of a naked substance. So in that sense, I was thinking you are using when you see certain qualities, you're seeing the actual object. That's what I was sort of thinking about.
Fiction that here you are seeing qualities, so you're seeing some of the object, let us say. You're not seeing all the qualities.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
So,
Janki can ask.
Yes.
When we take snake as the medium, because we know that a snake exists, Otherwise, we will not take snake as the medium. No, so snake is real. No.
Don't mix examples. This we are only taking as a way of coming to our point. We haven't come to the point of it. Snake is real for us, of course. No doubt in that.
I was comparing, so it is to compare world and the Brahman, you know.
We haven't started that portion. Just understand these two illusions as of now.
Okay.
We're coming to how it is how it is going to be. What are the equivalents?
Thanks.
Let's be clear as of now. What are the two illusions and how they can coexist? That's all that's required of us up to this stage. Now, what we are going to do is apply this to Brahman and world. Okay, but we can do this only once this much is clear. So there's a question. We can say we are seeing the object in a distorted manner. You can't say distorted, you can say in a partial. Because distorted means you're not, once you're distorted, then you're not seeing the object, you're seeing the illusion. So you are seeing the qualities, but partially. Right? Everyone is clear about this intrinsic, object or illusion, extrinsic, object, illusion, and medium simultaneously. In an intrinsic illusion, you're seeing one thing. In an extrinsic illusion, you're seeing three things. Everyone is clear so far, right? Because now we are going to go to the next stage of this argument, which is how is this applicable to the world and God? So what is our real object in this case? Brahman. What is our illusory object? World. We see the world, we don't see Brahman. We have an intrinsic illusion playing. Okay, so far so good. Now, we have here an extrinsic illusion playing because A, we are seeing the world, illusory object. We are seeing the qualities of Brahman reflected in the world, the real object. And we are seeing the medium, which is the world. Only when the world is there, the question of seeing the qualities of Brahman. Now, only thing left for us is, okay, clear, the equation is clear, right? World, illusory object, Brahman, real object, intrinsic illusion, extrinsic illusion. World, illusory object, qualities of Brahman seen in the world, real object, medium, world. Just don't try to even understand it. Just put the equation straight first. Write them down so that you don't get it confused later. Now, the only question left behind for us is, how are you seeing Brahman in the world? What is Brahman? Shall we read it or shall we continue? You want to read now or you want to continue in the explanation and then read? We'll read up to this point. Let us. Huh? What? Okay.
Continue with the explanation and then read.
Continue with the explanation. Okay. So what are the qualities of Brahman that you know? It is infinite. It is all pervading. Isn't it? These are the qualities you know. Now, if you look at your world, what is your world? It is time, space, and causation. Now, when you consider this, what is your time? What is your space? Is your space not all pervading? Is your causation not going on endlessly? So you are perceiving the qualities. You look out into the it's endless, right? Are you seeing an end to this world? You're seeing the qualities of Brahman constantly reflected in the world. It's not mentioned here, but you see it reflected in yourself as well. But that's not even mentioned here, so let's not go there. So you're constantly seeing the qualities of the world, of Brahman in your world. You think the world will give you happiness, that it is an abode of happiness. No, that quality of happiness isn't from the world, it's from Brahman. So many things. He's just done 3 times space on causation. He's seeing the very essence of Brahman in the world. And it's an incredible thing. Right? So you're seeing the qualities of Brahman in the world. Now, where we go from here is when you get self-realized, these 2 illusions do not go simultaneously. They go one by one. So we will come to that portion later. Now we are going to do how intrinsic and extrinsic illusions relate to Brahman and the world. Okay?
But Janki,
Mhm.
that is where I struggle at least, because the qualities of the world are not as as you said, that it is infinite, it is all pervasive. In
Mm.
fact, the world which we see or I see is very temporary, fleeting, restricted.
No, actually, that's not true. You have learnt that the world is temporary and fleeting. What you know is that the world is all pervading, it is eternal. If you ask anybody, when did the world start? It's eternal, it's been coming. Who knows? Where did it begin? Where did it end? Where is space? Space is all over, it's all pervading. We can't even realize when we say that the Big Bang took place. Okay, when we say that, as a layman, not the physicist, all of us, we imagine that there is space, there is a little bit of matter, and that matter burst, and we have this galaxy. Right? This is how our imagination of it is. This is a popular imagination. What physics tells us is that space itself was created then. Now, this is too much for us to comprehend. How can space be created? Space was there. We can't even conceive it. So we believe it is all pervading, there all the time. It's all pervading. Even when we talk about Big Bang, you think that it happened in space automatically. So you're not seeing the qualities of the world. Where do you see? Which mother, when getting her child in her hands immediately after birth, child is born, her son is born, her firstborn is born. She gets the child in her hands. Does she think this is fleeting? No mother thinks. Nobody thinks about anything like that. We all think, even today and now, we all think whatever it is right now is what is going to be in the future. That is why we grumble about the things we have. Would I be
But,
grumbling?
but we know that one day I will die, one day this world will come to an end.
Unfortunately, not. We know it in the sense of हाँ बोल सकते हैं. That is not our experience. You see, there's a superficial intellectual understanding of death. We did that, no? We did that somewhere. Ramtirtha was asked this question. Why does nobody believe in death? Do we really think? Does anybody here think that tomorrow I could be dead? And if tomorrow I could be dead, what should I be doing today? If people had that strong sense, what would their lives be? So nobody has that sense. We have learned it. We are taught it. We don't get it. Would you be doing today, whatever, you're doing something in the rest of the day today? Would you do it if this was your last day?
No.
If we think that anyone, all of us, I mean, nothing to do with you, all of us, we think that I'm going on eternally. It's that I don't know what to want to use that real perception of it. In fact, jnani is defined as a person who has a perception of the, the fleetingness of this world or the sorrow in this world. If jnani is defined like that, then hum log ka kya hai?
Okay.
So we are experiencing it. Suppose I ask you, when did causation start? Automatically you will say it's been coming eternity. And when it's coming.
Okay. Thank you.
Momita, is this correct? Our actions reveal that we do not experience the world as temporary, even though we think we know it. We just say we exist temporarily. Yes. The actions, feelings, thoughts, everything. I mean, the most simple way of looking at it is, if I knew I'm going to die tonight at 9 o'clock, if I knew this, would I be spending from now to 9 doing whatever it is I'm doing from now to 9? That means I don't know, no?
So we actually believe that we are eternal somewhere.
Yeah. Who believes we are? Ask anybody, no matter what their age, they're 10, 20 years. Because they can see only 10, 20 years, another 10, 20 years. Some people say, oh, I want to be dead by 65. These are the people at 40. At 65, what are they saying? They are not saying, I want to be dead at 65, at 65. And if they are, they're suffering from some mental, we will take them to a psychiatrist if they start talking like this. So we don't believe it at all. We're actually finding everything around us very real. If that's why we have these emotions, right, towards it. I love you, I hate you. Why? Because you exist. Otherwise, how will I love you or hate you? You are troubling me because you exist. You are so sweet to me because you exist.
But Janki-ji, we know certainly that we will die. Only the regret is that even after that the world will continue. We don't see that, but we know that now.
Yeah, but we don't see it. We say it. Yesterday we had the program over there, and that really brought to mind, we had Saraswati Pujan, and really brought to mind, what is Saraswati? What is the point? Our goddess of knowledge is called Saraswati. Why? Because she is the one who understands the essence. Sara, जिसका सार समझ में जो सरस swa, you understand your own essence. So knowledge is actually comprehension of whatever it is you're studying. But nowadays we say all the words, but it's like we don't understand what these words mean. It's like there's been a divorce between the word and its meaning.
But Janki-ji, nowadays we use the term performative a lot. So it does feel like we are performing something,
Yes.
like our whole life is a performance.
Yes, it's one layer of nonsense added to another layer of nonsense, added to another layer of nonsense.
It's so hard to believe that on the one hand we think we are eternal, which is true, but we associate that eternal existence with the body mind.
Yeah. So
It is very hard to conceive.
Yes, it is. It's very hard to conceive. But that's the whole point of your studies, which is to see the essence of something. Any studies. If Deepraj does mathematics properly, you should be able to see its essence. If you do what I forgot, instructional, sorry.
I'm not doing that anymore. So I'm a writer now.
So if you understand the writing, what you are writing, and you really I mean, not just feel it, but that is your life. Then the essence is understood. That is your life. Your life is determined by that principle. Not because you're faking, I mean, not because it's performative. I have this theory and I should act this way, not like that. But that's your natural, instinctive way of living. Because that essence has been understood. Like, when you tell the staff to keep something clean, it is, they don't get it. So you give an instruction. Wash the salad in good water, aqua-guarded water, before cutting it. Okay? You're giving instructions what to do. So what will they do? They will cut their aloo, pyaz, everything which is washed in tap water on the cutting board. Then they will wash the salad in good water, in aquaguard water, in purified water. They take it back to that board where they have done all this nonsense and cut it on. Essence is not clear. You need another board. So you tell them, take another board. So you tell them, you can't cut it on this board, you cut it on that board. Okay, so now they do this. All the sabzi to be cooked on one board or the salad on another board. Now, one day the sabzi to be cooked is, there's more stuff. So you say, okay, now you cut the sabzi on this board. No, this is the salad cutting board. You can't cut on this. The essence you're not getting. This is exactly what we do philosophically. Therefore,
And the suffering is also so optional. Like if you go to a village, the way they segregate the vessels, in this we make non-veg, in this we make veg. There's no point to it at all. And they get so worked up about how could you use this?
What it is all, we don't get the essence of things. And the Saraswati is learning to realize that we have to get to the essence. All knowledge is only to get to the essence of ourselves.
Thank you.
Okay, so what do we see in the world? We see the world, illusory object. We see the qualities of Brahman, that is, real object. And we see the medium, the world. Okay, so far so good. After this, we will see what is its connection with self-realization. But so far so good. What's the illusory object?
World.
Well, very good. What is the real object?
Brahman.
And what is the medium?
World.
World.
Okay, clear, right? Anyone is not clear so far? Okay, so who will read?
I can read.
Arfi?
Brahman is the one reality existing everywhere.
Sorry, did we read from, we read the pluralistic, is this correct?
No, he's back second before to this. The world appears to you. That is the paragraph, I think. That is suicide.
Yeah, how did we jump there? The human beings are caught up in both intrinsic and extrinsic illusions. The world appears as a...
Yeah. From there we have to start.
Okay. The world appears to you as a pluralistic phenomenon of things and beings.
Read the first two lines also, no? Human beings are caught up.
Okay. Human beings are caught up in both intrinsic and extrinsic illusions in their experience of the world. The world appears to you as a pluralistic phenomenon of things and beings. as an infinite expression of time, space, and causation. But the entire world is nothing but Brahman. Brahman alone exists. But you see a world, not Brahman, like the boy seeing a snake, not the rope. You see a world where there is Brahman. That is the intrinsic illusion. So we're saying that first that the world appears as both an intrinsic and extrinsic illusion. How is it an intrinsic illusion? Because we see the pluralistic phenomenon of things, and but it's actually Brahman. So we're seeing the illusory object, which is the world, and not Brahman.
Very clear. You see world, you don't see Brahman. You see the false object, you don't see the real object. You see the illusion, you don't see the reality. All right, so far so good, right? Now, next paragraph. Who will read the next paragraph? Kalyan, read the next paragraph.
I can't see the. Brahman is the.
Wait. The same in the same phenomenon, there's an extrinsic illusion as well. What is going on?
I think there's a problem with the versions. Yeah, Iprachik, please.
From this part, Kalyan, in the same phenomenon.
Yeah. In the same phenomenon, there is an extrinsic illusion as well. Brahman is said to be eternal, all-pervading, infinite. You find these properties in the world as well. The world seems to have come from eternity and going into eternity. It is all pervasive, and its chain of causation runs into infinity. Thus, the world also appears to be eternal, all-pervading, infinite. You see the properties of Brahman clearly reflected in the properties of the world. The medium that caused this reflection is the world itself. The moment the world appears, the three aspects of an extrinsic illusion show up. The two sets of properties and the medium all appearing at one time. That is the extrinsic illusion. So he's describing the extrinsic illusion in terms of Brahman and the world, where the world reflects the properties of the Brahman, and the properties are related to the infiniteness of time, space, and causation. And the medium is the world, the real object is Brahman, and the illusory object is the world itself. So all of them appear together, and hence it's an extrinsic illusion.
But so you have the real object, Brahman, illusory object, world, medium, world. Now, how are you seeing the real object? You're seeing the real object because you're seeing the qualities of the real object projected you're seeing the qualities of the real object in the world. What are these qualities? Eternal. Sorry. What are these qualities? Tell me.
Eternal, all-pervading, infinite.
How are you seeing these three qualities? What are you seeing eternal in?
Time, space, causation.
What are you seeing eternal in?
World, in the world.
What are you seeing eternal in?
Time.
Time, very good. What are you seeing all-pervading in?
Space.
What are you seeing infinite in?
Causation.
Very good. So seeing these qualities, you can't believe, right? Can you believe that space is not all-pervading? Can you believe that causation is not just infinite? Can you answer this question? Chicken came first or egg came first? Seed came first or tree came first? Will it end with the seed or will it end with the tree? Can you answer any of these questions? You feel it's just infinite. There's no end to it. And time, does time end? You think time is always eternal. They're seeing the qualities of Brahman reflected in the world. Right? So you're seeing the world, you're seeing the qualities of Brahman in the world, and you're seeing the world as the medium. Because only when the world is there, these three will come out. Is this clear? We'll take a minute to just absorb it. Now you may say, तो मैं क्या करूं? Why are we going through all these complicated intellectual jumping around unnecessarily? What has it got to do with my life? You can ask it. It'll be a valid question. So he has to tell us now not only what he has to say, but why is he saying it? Why he is saying it is because of self-realization. Self-realization as a Vedanta sadhak, as a human being, your ultimate goal in life is self-realization, right? Now, these are important effect in terms of self-realization. And when we understand two types of illusion, you understand that there are two, I can't say types, but there are two stages in self-realization. Savikalpa Samadhi and Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Those are two stages. See, when we are early in the path, we just say self-realization, right? But as you advance and your discrimination becomes sharper, you begin to see that there is some slight difference in this. Yes, Kalyan?
Yeah. Before going to that, I was thinking in the previous paragraph that, or even in the intrinsic illusion, the definition of the world is as per that Vedantic definition of perception, right? Where subject, object interact in the medium of the Brahman, no?
World stands as a time, space, and causation. Only nowadays they have joined space and time together, but otherwise time, space, and causation is how everybody understands the world.
Okay, not when subject
That
and
is a
object.
theory of creation. How does your creation or perception come about?
Okay. Because if that is the definition, I was thinking it's still finite.
No, time, space, and causation. Always. That is an explanation of, it's the theory of creation or theory of perception. We don't usually call it theory of creation because when you use a name, you are already assuming realism or idealism. So therefore we say theory of perception.
Okay.
Right? So why are we studying intrinsic and extrinsic illusion? We are studying it to understand Savikalpa and Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Savikalpa. Yes.
Janaki ji, that and its chain of causation runs into infinity. That can you please explain?
Yeah, tree gives a seed, seed gives a tree, tree gives a seed, seed gives a tree. It's going on forever.
Okay, like that. Thank you.
Okay, so when you are able to, why are we studying this? So that we understand the concepts of Savikalpa and Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Savikalpa Samadhi means Saha Vikalpa, with Vikalpa. And Nirvikalpa means without Vikalpa, means full. So Nirvikalpa Samadhi is the realization that we speak about. That's the total. The third thing is total, but that's the last stage. And the penultimate stage is Savikalpa Samadhi. So, wait, shall we do that? No, let us just go step by step. Okay, so just for you to understand that this is not just an intellectual gymnastic going on here, this is relevance to our sadhana. What is the relevance to our sadhana? When you come to Savikalpa Samadhi, do not believe that you have realized the self. That is the significance we are going to reach eventually. Okay, that's because many people will come to, not many people, the rare soul who comes to Savikalpa Samadhi, that's the penultimate stage, often believes that he has reached the end. And when he then speaks, you will get the various, what should I say, the differences in philosophy. And now you're going to understand why there are these differences in philosophy. Why doesn't everybody say that you are Brahman? Some people still have a division between you and God. And some people say you and God are the same. Now, why is it that they're saying different things? Everybody who went in pursuit of truth should find the same truth. So, what's happening here? All of this you are going to understand with the help of these concepts. Because, sometimes you feel like, why am I studying this? I don't want to study this. This is all useless. It's got nothing to do with my life. No, it has something to do with your life. Every bit of Vedanta has got something to do with your life. Only trouble is sometimes we don't see the connection. Right? So far, so good. Okay, understood this much. Now let us apply it to realization. Next. Any questions, ask them now, because don't then later on, it can get very confusing if we don't go in the right ladder. Okay, who will read the next para? Kinnari, will you read the next para?
Janki ji, I'm not too well. Voice is very bad.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Chalo. Sahu Menon, will you read the next para?
Brahman is the one reality existing everywhere at all times. Brahman is Atman, the supreme self within. It is ignorance of Brahman, or the ignorance of self that projects the two illusions. The non-apprehension of self causes the misapprehension of the world. You do not see the supreme reality, instead you see the world. You also see the attributes of reality in the world. The solid seeming world is a play of the illusions, a meaningless projection. Strive hard to get out of these illusions you are lost in. Be it said to the credit of prevailing religions that they have helped in removing one of the two illusions. At best, they have succeeded in overcoming the extrinsic illusion. Undoubtedly, approached the reality. But that is not reaching the reality. Vedanta takes you well beyond that, removes not only the extrinsic, but the intrinsic illusion as well, provides you with the knowledge of the Supreme Self within. Both the illusions disappear. You apprehend the ultimate reality, merge with Brahman. That's a tough one. It's actually explaining Brahman and Atman initially, that they are the same. Atman being the self within, and it's the ignorance of the self that projects both the intrinsic and the extrinsic illusion. Non-apprehension causes misapprehension. Because of the non-apprehension of the self, we have this misapprehension of the world. And the play of the illusions happens in the world. It's actually a projection. It looks as real as reality, and but not reality. Finally, the object is to remove both the illusions, both the intrinsic and extrinsic illusions, through the study of Vedanta. And finally, we apprehend Brahman through this method.
Okay, so the most important idea in this paragraph is that we have to remove both the illusions. First is only summarizing what he has said earlier. That there are two types of illusions. We should struggle to remove these illusions, and you have to struggle to remove not one but both illusions. The first one to go is the extrinsic illusion. So that most people, not most, and I say most, it sounds like all of us are going to reach that stage. But the wide majority of people who have reached the stage stop there. And because they stop there, and you know why they stop there also, actually the same reason. Wherever you reach, you think that is all there is. And do not do that very last, very little bit left. Very, very little. If you reach extrinsic illusion, you are one of the greatest human beings of all time. You're a goat. But if you go that one additional step, you will be Brahman. So don't stop at goat, become Brahman. Okay. This is an important concept to understand. It's very far for all of us, and you may say totally impractical for us, because where are we going to reach extrinsic, and then after that intrinsic? Reach extrinsic means reach the removal of the extrinsic, and then reach the removal of the intrinsic. So many religions do take you up to the point of removing extrinsic illusion. You can become a great person like that, but you must know that there is one more step. You must know it for now. The next Janma, if you reach being a goat, then I don't know whether you will have recollection of this, but try this Janma so that at least recollection is there. Okay? Now,
Janki ji, sorry.
Hmm.
Can we say that intrinsic or savikalpa is akin to duality?
No,
And
don't go there yet. We haven't done that yet. He's going to explain it. He always explains very thoroughly and slowly. That is how there is any chance of us even registering what he has said. Forget understanding.
Okay.
So we won't go there, just going very step by step. So what we've learned so far, that there are generally two types of illusions. Then we learned how these two types of illusions are playing in our lives. Now we are going to learn how are we going to, when we say remove these illusions, what is going to happen? When you remove extrinsic illusion, what is going to be your perception? And when you remove intrinsic illusion, what will you be seeing? That we will do step by step. Kalyan?
No, I think you're going to address that. What I was wanting to ask, what does removing extrinsic illusion mean?
Yeah, it's coming to it.
Yeah.
I'm just going in this chapter, just going a little ahead all the time, so that when you read it, there's some sort of initial comprehension. I hope that is giving some initial comprehension. At least that's the hope. Yes,
Uh,
Deepa.
Hariom, okay.
One second. I'll come to you, Deepa. Just raised it.
You know, like, will the text explain further key like the properties of the world, like the pluralistic phenomena of the world? Where does that come from? Okay.
Where it come from? No, we are now discussing where it's going, not coming
Oh,
from.
no, no. Where does it come? Because it is not a property of Brahman. So, how are we seeing something?
Figment of your imagination.
Acha.
You never have to explain what isn't. You have to always explain what is.
So, the pluralistic phenomenon, because it isn't, we don't have to explain where does it come from. It just appears to us as pluralistic. Okay. Thank you.
Hariom, I'm sure there will be explanation of removing extrinsic and intrinsic, but still, why the division? And we
I thought was wait, hold on. Narendra Singh Negi is saying something. Hold on, we'll go in order.
Janki ji, can we say our asuric behavior is projected, the projection of self in us?
Asuric?
Like I am great, I am Lord. Is
Yes.
it a projection of self in us?
It is the attribution of the eternal to this body mind intellect.
Yeah, and this Satyam Shivam Sundaram, which we call, what is it? Can you explain this? What is Satyam Shivam Sundaram?
We'll do that some other time. I'm just struggling to explain intrinsic and extrinsic.
Qualities only. It is the qualities of Brahman reflected in the human being.
In the human being or in the world? Human being is part of the world, yeah.
Yeah.
It's true, it is auspicious, it is beautiful.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Ganesh.
this is very slightly tough. So we can't just say I am Brahman. Why do we have to have two levels?
We don't have them, they exist. Since they exist, we have to explain them. It's not like we are superimposing levels on it. Why do we have to? You can't say because we didn't make it so. That is the way it is.
Okay.
I mean, this is all language is a carrier to express something. So you can have multiple carriers to express that thing. I mean, cups are a method of transferring ice cream from the shop owner to you. Right? Then you can have multitude of cups. The ice cream should stay the same. So language is like that you can put it in various ways, but that essence will continue the same. So the way we are putting it in Vedanta is explaining the relationship of God and man with the help of illusions.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Right. So far, so good. There's extrinsic illusion, intrinsic illusion, extrinsic illusion. World is seen, God is not seen. Intrinsic illusion. World is seen, qualities of the Brahman are seen, and world is seen. So you're seeing extrinsic illusion. Okay. So far, so good. Now, what is our job? We have to remove these extrinsic illusions. Right? What happens? Do they go together? No, they go one by one. And the feeling you will get when you have removed one of them is, I got it, I understood it, I'm here now. So he's just giving us a caution, a warning that no, you still have one more step to do. Okay, now he's going to explain. He just introduced the concept, but he's going to explain. Who will read the next paragraph? Aditi, you want to read the next paragraph?
Self-realization, God realization comes in two stages. The earlier is partial realization known as Savikalpa Samadhi, and the final is total realization, Nirvikalpa Samadhi, A spiritual seeker attains partial realization when he removes the extrinsic illusion alone. In that stage, he is on the verge but not experiencing total realization. Since the intrinsic illusion still lingers, when he sees divinity in every object and being all over, in a sinner or saint, he sees God alone everywhere. He experiences the unifying divinity in the diversities of the world. No divisions, no demarcations, no denominations, only divinity. But the duality still remains. He individually is there to recognize divinity everywhere. It is the state of partial realization. So this verse says that the realization comes in two stages, the savikalpa and the nirvikalpa samadhi. When a spiritual seeker attains partial realization, that's where he starts seeing oneness in everything. But one should not stop at that, because there is still another stage, which is the total realization of nirvikalpa samadhi.
Now, okay, very, very important to understand this. I want to ask you to explain it. Good, Aditi. So you got that there are two illusions. Therefore, there are two stages of samadhi. When you remove the first stage, that is the extrinsic illusion, you have reached savikalpa samadhi. How do you remember savikalpa, nirvikalpa? Saha. Saha means with vikalpa. Savikalpa samadhi. With vikalpa, with thought. Vikalpa is thought. And then nirvikalpa. Nirvikalpa is without thought. So thought, of course, all the examples of flexible language can be with doubt, without doubt. You can also do it without imagination, with imagination, whatever you want to call it. So with or without thought. The first stage is you have removed the extrinsic illusion. What happens? What is your experience when you remove the extrinsic illusion? Now you're no longer attributing the qualities of Brahman to the world. You're seeing the qualities of him. You understand, you get it, that only Brahman is eternal, all-pervading, infinite. You're seeing that, you're seeing it. You understand that everything here is God. Like a potter sees everything as clay, you see everything here is God. So you feel, oh, this is it, right? Many people think this is it. We see the whole world as God. And that is the state of self-realization. No, it is not. Because there is one part still left. That intrinsic illusion is still left. What is happening here? There is you to see the world as God. That means a very tiny bit of ego is still there. I am seeing God. I am seeing God everywhere. My whole world is divine. I see nothing else but God. I can love everybody because they are God. I see nothing else. But that ego is there still in me. I see everything as Brahman or divinity or God or Krishna or whatever in the world he calls as divinity. When there is you seeing divinity, you have removed only the extrinsic illusion. When there is no you seeing divinity, there is only divinity. You have removed the intrinsic illusion. So it can happen that your experiences of divinity. It's not that you're saying the world is God. This is your experience. And you feel you've reached realization. Not yet. Not yet. Why? Because that tiny bit of ego is still there, which says, I see divinity. So there is a vikalpa, there is a modification, there is a thought. You can translate it in any way you like. Right? So hold this thought. We will take it up again next time because this is some difficult parts over that. Yes, Aditi?
Just a quick question. I was studying the chapter 8 in Bhagavad Gita where they're talking about the path of the sun and the path of the moon. So the thought was coming that the Krama Mukti and the Kevalya. So is the stages in the Kevalya part of Mukti, or is it?
Don't mix it up because they're two different things.
Okay.
Those are two different types of paths that you take. This is the final stage.
Okay.
This is a description of they are talking about two different things.
Okay.
All right, so that's it for today. Tomorrow I will tell you everything that happened.
Janki, how was yesterday's program?
Yes, I was about to say that. Tomorrow we can talk. It was very nice. I think, I mean, the plot is not ready, but humne to kiya apna. Never mind whether ready or not ready. So you'll see pictures. People who came yesterday, please tell everybody your experiences. Momita and Mahesh and everybody who came, Sahu Menon and Anita Menon and Omkar, and I think a merry time was had by all, and you saw what is happening. Next, we'll do a retreat. So we'll do one overnight, but now we have to be much more ready if we think of overnighters. So we'll do that next. We'll see pictures and all tomorrow. Omkar, you'll keep the pictures ready, right?
Yes, yes.
So we played games. We had what all? We first began with Danam. So we had to give to the little children who did the Saraswati Vandana. All the children from the school and Anganwadi came and did Vandana for us. They sang their prayers. We gave them little things. Then they went off. We had organized an art workshop for them. So they were maha thrilled with their art workshop. And then we did bhajans and talk. Then we had lunch. I think everybody liked the lunch. Mahesh, you liked the lunch? Okay.
Yes. It was very nice.
Okay, yes. So, yes, I think everybody liked the lunch. You had done a good job. And then we played games. And then we had chai, pakoda, and then we came home. Some of us had to stay behind and wind up. But we basically...
We did Hanuman Chalisa at the...
we did Hanuman Chalisa. Tomorrow we'll talk about it in more detail. We just asked, so I gave some overall. Correct, we did. We went and saw the whole campus. Not everybody came to see the whole campus because it's too long a walk. But we saw it. Well, sure. Omkar, you put pictures and all tomorrow. In
Yes,
order of things we did so that we can go in the order. Okay, so that's it for today. Hari Om.
Thank you, Janki. Hari Om.
Thank you, Janki ji. Hari Om.
Thank you, Janki. Hari Om.
Thank you, Janki.
Thank you, Janki ji.
Janki ji.
Hari Om.